Hi, I'm Becky Lodge, the founder of Startup Disruptors, an inclusive online small business and startup community to help people start and scale businesses from home. So today I'm with the fantastic Peter Hooley and Becky Platt-Miles from the University of Portsmouth Business School. And I just wanted to get the team in the room today to actually talk to you about the fantastic resources that they've got on offer and also get to know them a little bit better. So Pete, over to you. Do you want to just basically introduce yourself to the audience and let people know a little bit about your role and what you do?
Thanks very much, Becky. Hi, everyone. My name is Peter Hooley. I have a ridiculous title at the university, but effectively what I do is I help businesses of all sizes, whether it's fledgling startups, people thinking about starting a business, all the way through to SMEs and up, to connect with the people who work at Portsmouth Business School with a view to collaborate and actually do great work together. Who am I as a person? That could probably take longer than you would like to understand, but I'm somebody who loves water. I'm forever in the Solent, either in a kayak or swimming. I have children that I try and throw into the Solent who run out of the water screaming, and I'm just generally trying to get through life, helping people in the business world and helping the university to come together and do great things.
That's really cool. And one of the things that I did want to highlight was, I mean, we've been working with the team at the business school for around 6 years now. And one of the things that we found beneficial was working with you on business consultancy projects, which sounds like an incredibly high level way of describing working with students who are incredibly clever to actually help us understand our business model and actually build confidence in taking that business model to market. So I would say to anybody watching, universities do sound a little bit remote sometimes, or perhaps you're not familiar with what they do. So Becky, how do you think your work in the local business community helps people to start and scale up businesses?
Oh, right. Okay. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Becky Miles. I work alongside Pete within the Faculty of Business and Law. How do I think we help alongside business? Well, first of all, actually, at the moment, my job is very much involved in that. It's actually trying to make sure that we make our business services easy for everybody to understand. They've got a sensible place on our website. Explains, we try to make the explanation about exactly what they are fairly easy to understand, and actually the services really are very simple. A lot of the time we're using our students' expertise and the expertise of some of our members of staff and trying to match it to you within your business, often at no cost at all, sometimes at a very low cost, so that you can benefit from that academic expertise that our students and our staff have and be able to use that to actually help your business, often on a very discrete project, whether it be something like social media or in your accountancy, financial, legally, anything like that. We're really there to try and to help you make the most of the expertise that we have here within the university.
I think it's interesting because obviously I've been working with you and the team for a number of years, and that was obviously pre-COVID. What are the challenges that you tend to see? Because obviously, as Pete mentioned earlier, you work with SMEs, which stands for small and medium-sized companies and enterprises. Do you think the challenges are going to be different post-COVID for people? And how do you think that's going to change the remit in what you're offering as well? Do you think that that will influence things?
Do I think the challenges will be different after COVID? I think some of the, yes, I do. I do think actually a lot of the challenges pre-COVID were around people's use of technology. And I feel that over the last year, we've all become a lot more skilled in using the technology around us. However, some of those challenges will still remain, and we will need to be there to make sure people are actually making the use of the technologies around them. Some of which are very simple. I've already touched on social media, but making sure they are finding the best platforms, be it Instagram, be it LinkedIn, be it Facebook, for their business, focusing on those, not trying to be all things to all people, and just familiarizing themselves with the technologies that produce the best return on their investment. There will be different new challenges. Again, I think that's going to be different from business to business, and it'll be for us to work. I wouldn't want to say what it would be for each business. It'll be for us to listen to those individual business voices, find out what their challenges are and work with them to help them.
Brill. And Pete, have you got a view on that at all? Any challenges do you think that are going to be different post-COVID for SMEs?
I think we could go on all day, couldn't we, about the obvious challenges around finance and economy and everything else. But actually, I'd flip it on its head and say, what are the opportunities going to be to either solve those challenges or to do something different, or to really come out of the market in the absence of certain players who perhaps have not survived. So for me, it'll be about SMEs being much more versatile, much more dynamic, much more able to turn, to respond, to do new things. I think there will be challenges going forward around what we would probably call resilience. So, how do you make sure you've got enough money to deal with any future shock? What if another variant comes out, named after yet another country that is more severe and it causes another lockdown? So how do you make sure you take advantage of those opportunities, but without to your own detriment should there be a few more shocks in the system? So I think things are going to be different and much the same. A lot of the old things will return. It's human nature, but it'll be the opportunity that changes. For us, the challenge is going to be, how do we get our students out there working with businesses who perhaps are a little bit more focused and don't have as much free time to work with students and academics. And I would always say to people that actually the benefits from doing that is so much more than the sum of what you put in, that actually if you're doing something new, why not get a free second perspective, third perspective, fourth perspective, and help de-risk whatever you're doing. But yeah, I think it'll all be about the challenges post-pandemic, perhaps, the opportunities post-pandemic rather than the challenges in my book.
Yeah, I think there's some interesting opportunities because a lot of people don't realise, certainly the University of Portsmouth is an accredited, what they call small business charter university. And there's a number of them spread across the UK. So this isn't something specific to Portsmouth. If you're watching and you're not based in the Solent region, please check out your local university. If they have a small business charter accreditation, that's a big thing that can really help your business. And I think on a very basic level, people are almost looking for information in the wrong areas. So we see a lot of really bad advice where people have perhaps spent £14,000 on a personal branding entrepreneurial course, which is going to give them no return at all and won't actually help them with the practicalities of proper business modelling. And I think that for me is what we want to change. I'm very opinionated on what we call entrepreneurship, which are entrepreneurs that con people out of their money very early on. So I think working with people who are legitimate sources of information and often free, which is what people don't realise, because they look at a university and think you're just paying to do a degree. So I think that there's some work to do for universities generally in the market around changing that messaging as well. It's been really useful to talk to you today. Thank you so much. And if people and anybody watching would like to get in contact with you, what's the best way to get in contact with you both?
So for me, you'll be able to find me on most social networks. LinkedIn, send me a message. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook if you can find me. You can also find me on the university webpage if you like to use old-fashioned email or telephone. But if you search my name, I will come up in Google, probably third or fourth result.
Yeah.
And don't confuse me with the American or Australian basketball player. I'm not him, although I wish, quite frankly, I was.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Pete. And Becky?
Carrier pigeon. I live in the country, miles away from anywhere, so the signal isn't always great. However, if you don't have a carrier pigeon available, can I recommend finding me on LinkedIn? I'll be there as Becky Miles. Also on the university website. What I could do, Becky, because I believe you're putting this on YouTube, is I could leave something in the comments section below, possibly with my email address on it. So
that's fine. Thank you very much. With regard to contacting us at Startup Disruptors, if you want to join us, you can actually have a membership, which is cancel any time, that starts from £19.99 a month. The University of Portsmouth Faculty of Business and Law are one of our key sponsors now for this community. We've worked with them long enough that I've nagged them into submission of sponsoring us. So please join us, Uber, Funding Circle, Laudit Solicitors, Tech London Advocates, and many more in actually helping our online community grow in the UK. We'd love to have you. And you can find us at startupdisruptors.co.uk on our website if you want to go old school, or add anything in the comments, whichever platform we're on, we will find you if you want to comment on this video today. So thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure as always, my friends. And we look forward to speaking to you soon if you're watching this video, to see how we can support your startup or your small business journey in the future, wherever you're based in the UK. Thanks very much, guys, and thanks for taking the time today. See you again soon. Bye for now.
Thanks, Becky.
Bye.